Okay, before we start, I'd like to do some review what we did earlier on. Let's say x squared plus 5x plus 6 equal to 0, and see what you're going to get, okay? Yeah, just write your solution on the chat. Yeah. Well, remember, this is a quadratic equation, so we need to have two solutions. And x minus equal negative, that's 1. The reason we have that, we can see 6 we have break down to 2 times 3. It's not 2, not 0, because what we got here, x squared is x times x. So therefore, we can make that into x plus 2 times x plus 3. So that means this part is equal to this part. And we know that has to equal to 0. So now we can use this, we call the zero product property. Right, exactly. So x is equal to -2 and x is -3. All right, I'll let you try a couple more, okay? X squared plus 3x, actually is 3 minus 4 equal to 0. Let's see what you got. Yeah. This one we break down to 4, -1. So we got x plus 4 times x minus 1 equal to 0. So therefore, we got x equal to 1 and x equal to -4. Okay? Okay. Yeah, let's try a couple more, okay? So, because we need to um, master this before we can move on. Okay, see what you got. Perfect. Good job. Let's try our last one. X squared plus 7x plus 10 equal to 0. Perfect. Very good. Good job. So now we're going to look at something more, a little bit more complicated, but we're using the same technique. It's basically by factorization. And so we're going looking at something like, say, 2x squared minus 5x minus 3, which is different before. So far, we did last time, uh, the number in front x squared is always 1. So now we're looking at what happens if the first the coefficient is not 1. So how we do that? And this we actually using the same technique. We make that turn that into two factors, but now the number before x is going to be different. So let's call that the first one is px plus n, and this is qx plus m. Okay, so as long as we can change this into this, then we'll be fine. Well, let's see what we have in order to do that. So we're going to expand this. So p times q x squared as first one plus px times that. So p times n times x and plus n times q and x plus n times n. So that's what we found. Well, in order for this, the first one equal to that, we can see that P and Q has equal to 2, right? This has to match with this. And this is actually PM plus NQ of X. So that has to match -5. And then the last one, N times M, has to match -3. Okay, so that's how we find out Pn and Qm is looking at the PQ, P times Q is 2, and PM times NQ is -5, and N times M is -3. Okay, so how we actually arrange that so that we can do that easily? So what we're going to do is, we know that we can break, first one is PQ equal to 2. Well, we know that it's either 2 times 1 or 1 times 2. So we just pick 2 times 1 because 2 times 1 is 2. Now, the last 2 multiplied by -3. So what choice we got? We could have 3, -1. That's 1. Or we could have -3 and 1. We just want to try and see which one work out. Okay, let's try the first one. And this times that is -2, and this times that is 3, which is what we got here. Okay, P times M and N times Q. Now this actually give us 1, so it's not -5, so that doesn't work. Well, let's see, can we change it to -3 and 1, because negative times 1 is -3. Then we got 2, -3, -1, doesn't work. But we notice that if we swap it, become 1 and -3, and then we got 2 times -3 is -6, 1 times 1 is 1, so it's -5, which is exactly what's in the middle. So therefore, we can rewrite this as 2x plus 1, right? This is 2 here, and times 1x minus 3. And we know this is equal to 0, so therefore we can either have 2x plus 1 equal to 0, and that will give us x equal to -½ or x minus 3 equal to 0, and that gives us x equal to 3. Good? Okay. Let me show you another example. In this case, we're going to looking at 6x squared plus 5x minus 4 equal to 0. So again, we need to try it out on the 6. 6 could have 1 times 6 or 2 times 3. Okay, we don't know which one yet. We just tried them out. So of course, we can say 1 and 6. And -4, we could have -1 times 1, or 4 times -1, or 2 times -2. Good? And so we have to try them out one at a time. Okay, if we try -4 and 1, 1 times 1 is 1, 6 times -4, -24. So we know this one doesn't work. Okay, and then we can try, okay, let's try -1 and 4. And that doesn't work either. 1 times 4 is 4. 1 times -6, -6, add together, -2. So it's not 5. So it doesn't work. And then we're going to try, okay, in that case, can we try 2 and -2? We can either do 2, -2, that give us -2, that give us 12. Add together, 10, doesn't work. And if we swap it, then we got 2 and -12. That's -10, doesn't work either. So that means we have to change 1 times 6 into 2 times 3. So that's going to just try and error. But as you get more experience, you'll get better at this. Okay, let's try this. -2. 2 times 2 is 4. 3 times -2 is -6. That doesn't work. And if we swap it, you only just make 6 minus 4. So it doesn't work either. Okay. And so it was high 4, -4 and 1. 1 times 2 is 2 times that, -12. That's -10. So that doesn't work. And but if we swap that, we change that to 1, -4. And now we can see 2 times -4 is -8. -8. 3 times that is 3, is -5. Well, even though we are not got 5, but at least we got -5. That means all we need to do is to change the sign. So we can put the sign on the top, and that way, -1 times 4 is -4. So now we got 2 times 8, 4 is 8. 3 times that is -3. That exactly gives 5. So that's how we know we got that right. And you can see that what we did here first, make sure 6 get broken down into 2 factors, and make sure -4 get broken down into 2 factors. Then we just go this rearrange the cross multiplication and make sure we're equal to the middle number. So now this become 2x minus 1 times 3x plus 4, and that equal to 0. Okay, and now we can see that we can either have 2x minus 1 equal to 0, which means x is equal to half, or 3x plus 4 equal to 0, which means x is -4/3. So therefore, we have our answer is -4/3 and half. Good. All right. So now I want you to give a try, okay? 3x squared plus 7x plus 2, and see what you got there. Well, let's see. First, we'll break this first number and last number. This is actually pretty easy. We just know it's 3 times 1. And so it could be 3 times 1 or 1 times 3. We don't know yet. We'll see how we arrange it. 2, we could have 2 times 1, or 1 times 2, or -1, -2, or -2 and -1. So we just try them one at a time. So 2, and we can see that this times this is 3, this times that is 2, that's 5. So it's not, doesn't work. And so if we rearrange it, instead 1, 2, 2, 1, we can write as 1, 2. And now you can see this times that is 6, this time that is 1, 1 plus 6 is 7. So therefore, we write this as 3x plus 1, the x plus 2. And that equal to 0. So therefore, we could have 3x plus 1 equal to 0. And that gave us x is -1/3. And the other one is x plus 2 equal to 0. Remember, we're just talking about all the possible solutions to this equation. So we could either x equal -1/3, or based on that, x could be -2. So we got answer is -2, -1/3. Okay, let's try 2x squared plus 5x minus 12 equal to 0. Okay, let's see how we can get this one. Well, let's see how we do this one. We break down to 2 and 1. And negative 12, we can try negative 12 and 1, and we know that that doesn't work. 2 times 1 is 2, 1 times negative 12 is negative 12. Add together, negative 10, so that doesn't work. And it becomes, and we know that if you write as 1, negative 1 and 12, that doesn't work either. So we're going to break that down to 2 times 6. And if we do that, we got 6 here, and let's say negative 2, and 2 times negative 2 is negative 4, 1 times 6 is 6. That gives us 2. So this doesn't work. And we know that if we swap it, we just get negative 2. So that doesn't work. And so therefore, and we're going to try 3 and 4. 4 and 3. If we do the negative 3 here, what we see here, that is negative 6, and that gives us 4, and that's negative 2, so that doesn't work. And then if we swap the sign, just change it to the opposite numbers. We have swapped the 3 and 4. And if we do that, 3 and 4, and you can see that 2 times 4 is 8, 1 times negative 3 equal to 5, which is exactly the middle number. So that's why we're going to, we know we got this right. So that becomes 2x minus 3 times x plus 4. And because this has to be equal to 0, and so what we got here then is 2x minus 3 equal to 0, and that gives us x equal to 3 seconds, and x plus 4 equal to 0, then x equal to negative 4. So we got negative 4 and 3 seconds. Good. Okay. Let's try. Yeah. So just need to practice. 2x squared plus 3x minus 9 equal to 0. Okay. Okay. Well, let's see. The we can break this to 2 and 1. Now we're just dealing with 9. 9 could be 9 times 1, which actually have negative 9, 1, or 9, or negative 1. Or we could have 3, negative 3, or negative 3 and 3. Yeah. Are we good on this one? How to break a 9? Okay, so we just try math. Let's see. 9 and 1. And this is negative. Okay. And so 2 times 1 is 2. 1 times negative 9 is negative 9. When you add together, that gives us negative 7. So that doesn't work. And if we swap the sign here, that just gives us negative 7. So we don't, once we try 1, which won't get basically the magnitude, the absolute value of what we got is not the same as absolute value of the middle one, then we know it won't work. So therefore, we swap that to 9 and 1. And if we plug negative here, because we have to make sure 1 times negative 9 is negative 9. But this is a negative 18, and this is 1, negative 17. So it doesn't work. And if we swap to the negative sign, we'll get positive 18. Doesn't work either. So that means a 9 and 1 does not work. And also we left here will be 3 and negative 3. So I try that. 3 here. If we try negative 3, well, we got 2 times that, negative 6. 1 times 3 is 3. It's negative 3. Well, it's not the same, but the same absolute value. So therefore, what we need to do is just change the sign, become negative 3 here. So negative 3 times 3 is 9. That's good. Then cross multiply. 2 times 3 is 6. 1 times negative 3, negative 3, that gives us 3. That's exactly what we have in the middle. So therefore, that changed to 2x minus 3 times x plus 3 equal to 0. And so that gave us 2x minus 3 equal to 0, which gave us x equals to 3 over 2. And then we got x plus 3 equal to 0, and that gave us x equal to negative 3. So therefore, what we got here is negative 3 and 3 seconds. Okay? Okay. Let's try. Yeah, just keep practicing, keep trying, okay? If it doesn't work for one, you can just play with different and you'll see it. Okay, try this one. I'll be right back. job. That's it. You got it. Okay. Very good. Very, very good. Okay. Now we got a little bit harder. Okay. So, well, actually, it's about the same, but oh, let's try this one. 4x squared minus 13x minus 12 equal to 0. Good. Yep. You got one correct. Let's see. We got we make that into 4-1, and that and just show that if we keep trying. So this is what we got. 4 times -4, -16. 1 times 3 is 3, so it's -13. That's exactly what we got in the middle. So therefore, we write this as 4x plus 3 times x minus 4 equal to 0. So then, because the zero product property, in order for this equation to be true, then we have 4x plus 3 equal to 0. That gives us x is -3/4. Or x minus 4 equal to 0, then that gives us x equal to 4. Okay, very good. All right, so let's try one just a little bit harder, but the same process. 6x squared plus 5x minus 6 equal to 0, okay? All right, let's look at this one. If we do 6, 1, and let's say it's -6 and 1, we know this one won't work. 6, -6, 0, so that doesn't work. Uh, if we move 6 down, -1, 6, 36, -1, 35, so it doesn't work. So therefore, that means we can break 6 into 3 and 2 and negative. So 2 times 6, 12, -3, that's not 5. And if we swap 2 and 3, we'll see 2 and -3, that gives us -18 plus 2, -16. And the absolute value of 16 is not 5. So if we change the sign, it doesn't help us, which means that we have to, the first number cannot be 6 and 1, so it have to be 3 and 2. And now we're going to try this one again. So if we use -6 and 1, this gave us -12. This gives us 3, so that doesn't work. Then we move 6 down and swap that. We got 1 and 6, and say negative here. 3 times -6 is -18. 1 times 2 is -16. And so the absolute value of that is 16, which is not 5. That means this one won't work. So I break down to 3 and 2. So 3 and 2, if it's negative here, we got 3 times negative 6 and 6, 0. So that doesn't work. So we're going to change that. And 2 on the top and 3 on the bottom. And if you put negative here, you can see 3 times 3 is 9. 2 times negative 2 is negative 4. That equals 5. So that works. And so therefore, we rewrite this as 3x minus 2 and 2x plus 3. That equal to 0. And this gives us 3x minus 2 equal to 0. We got x is 2/3. And then 2x plus 3 equal to 0. Then x is negative 3 seconds. So we got this and that. Good. All right. Let's give us just one last one. 6x squared minus 10x minus 4 equal to 0. Okay. All right. So Very good. You got it. Next, 1/3 and 2. Okay. I'll send out the homework today. Okay. Good job. Bye.
Bye.